Really excited because right now via Skype, we are finally joined by, after my kerfuffle last week, Angela Nelson from Stages Learning Materials. We're so happy to have her with us. And I want to say just briefly that we heard about her because we had a recommendation from Sue Cho. You guys know Sue Cho. She's been on the show and she does the yoga moment with us. And we have her come in a lot to talk about iPads and different kinds of things that we need for different kiddos on the spectrum. And she sent an email to me and said, Shannon, I really want you to know about this place, Stages Learning Materials, because, and I think you should have Angela on the show because they make the best stimuli in the business. And I was just saying to Angela, boy, you can't get a better endorsement in my book than Sue Cho. Who has worked with so many kids over the years in so many different ways, So congratulations, Angela. Welcome to the show, and congratulations on making such wonderful stimuli that someone like Sue Cho says is the best.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm honored by her endorsement.
Well, I was like, okay, we got to talk to this woman. If Sue Cho said, and then I went on your website and I went, oh, okay, I see completely why. It makes great sense to me. So let's talk a little bit first about what Stages Learning Materials is, where people need to go to find it, and how this came to be.
Sure. So Stages Learning Materials publishes materials for early ABA therapy. I actually worked with Sue Cho, gosh, it's been about 20 years ago, or more now, at the UCLA Autism Clinic back when we were undergraduate students. And as I think most of you know, 20 years ago, autism wasn't as well recognized as it is now, and so there just weren't the materials out there on the market. So as a young therapist, I was making my own materials. So I was cutting pictures out of magazines and pasting them in 3x5 cards. And I started really getting a response from parents that they wanted me to make this product for them. So that's how Stages was born, is creating the materials that were specifically needed for ABA therapy.
Yeah, and it's amazing when you've got a little kiddo who is going through some of the early lessons of ABA, and if they're learning fast, it's amazing how quickly, if you've got the right stimuli, how quickly they can learn and how quickly you can go through those materials. And if you're having to make it yourself, it can be a full-time job. And a lot of times we as parents, we make it and we don't get it right. So being able to have those materials that are already made that kind of follow a progression of what kids need to learn, because there's a lot that a kid needs to learn, right?
You know, I couldn't have said it better myself. When I was a therapist, one of the big things that we would need is we would need families to go out and gather pictures of, say, 6 different cats and 6 different apples. And it seems pretty easy at the front of it, but what was happening is parents are just so busy that they don't have time to gather all those materials. So we would go visit with the child one week and we'd say, great, he's moved on and he's ready for you to go get these new pictures for him. And we'd come back next week and say, do you have the pictures ready? And they wouldn't be there. And so we would lose a week of programming. And as you said, parents would try to take the pictures themselves, but if you're not a professional photographer, you just don't always get the same shot that a professional would. So being able to have everything there and ready for the student so that when they're ready to move on, the materials are in the box has been really a big benefit to a lot of families.
Absolutely. I can think of one period of time in which I was asked to take action pictures because action is a hard thing. And so they were saying, they gave us a list of the action words, and it was such a busy week in my life, can I tell you? And I mean, I'm just keeping it real here. The same week, my best friend was diagnosed with cancer. We were going through early intervention. My best friend was diagnosed with cancer, and I had this list of things that I had to do. And so there I am with a digital camera going over to take care of her kids while she's at the hospital. And I was like, look, we got to do this, and crying while I was doing it. Everybody's okay now, but I just think for a lot of people, sometimes your life, I didn't have the choice of just buying them, because boy, if I did, I would have.
Right.
It would have made such a difference. And that was just one little sliver of things. It is endless, the number of things that you need to have. And so we really want to encourage people to go on your website, which is stageslearning.com, tootle around and look at different things to see what you've got. And there's a whole on sale section, which we want to bring to people's attention.
There is, yeah, there's a sales section. There's also a section, if you click on the product collection, you'll get a menu that comes up on the left-hand side, and there's a whole section specifically organized for ABA therapy products, which really sort of helps you pull together what you need. And then on top of the sale, we also have a special going for to help families save 20% off with a promo code this month.
Ooh, okay. And so where do we find the promo code, or are you just going to tell us?
So I will tell you, it's CARD, C-A-R-D 20. It gets you 20% off everything on our site. And I believe that's also been uploaded to a couple different online sites that Sucho put it on. But please, pass it on to all of your viewers and also any of their friends and family that might be able to use that.
Okay, now on our screen right now, we're showing a picture from your website of the language builder. I think it's the picture cards for nouns.
Yes, that's our major product, our biggest product. Yeah.
And I just want to say to folks, it's not one of those things that you go and it's just a $10 thing. We gotta be upfront and honest with people. But that is it's showing on your website for $149.99. That is probably $150 of the best dollars you will spend.
Oh,
because once your child is able to expressively label each one of those things, you will have made such progress. I know so many of you are out there and saying, language is one of your top priorities, that you want to get to that miracle of language. And this is what you need. These are the tools that you need to be able to do that. But you have so many more things than just that. But that's, as you said, that's one of your best sellers.
It is. It's by far our bestseller. And it is the most comprehensive thing that we have. It enables you to have all the products for the first start of teaching for the identical matching, because it has duplicates of 15 of the cards. You move on to the similar matching, where you have 6 different cats, 6 different cups, 6 different shoes, and then into the receptive and expressive labeling in 9 categories. So it's a really useful product. But as you say, it is a more expensive product. There's 350 cards in there, so you get a lot for your money. But there are some other ways that families can, if that's a little bit too much to spend at once. First of all, you have a discount code now.
Yes.
But you can also look at our LangoLearn cards or our memory cards, and that way you can buy smaller sets. If you want to buy, say, just the foods, you can buy 50 food cards, and that helps you get in for a little bit less money. So you don't have to buy the whole big set if that's too much all at once.
And you have apps now so that you can be doing this on iPad or with the cards as well, because sometimes you need to take it to go.
We do, yeah. We have the Language Builder app, and we have 3 different versions of that. There's a free version that lets you do the identical matching and similar matching activities. And then there's a basic version that adds on receptive labeling, expressive labeling, sorting, and a picture ID. And then you've got the Pro version that has all of that with all 700 of our images. So it's a really complete version. But I should also let you know, and I don't even know if I communicated this to Sue yet, we just recently acquired a company called Brain Parade.
We love Brain Parade. We've had Brain Parade on the show before.
Oh, great. Well, Brain Parade is now part of the Stages family of apps. So that's another way. And we're planning on adding all of the Stages cards into the Brain Parade library for anybody that already has it. Hasn't happened yet. But
that's a very exciting thing.
It is, yeah. I think that so many of our families and our educators use both apps, so I think it'll be really useful for them.
Very exciting. And, the thing that I want people to know, because if there are people who are watching who are just starting out doing ABA, it all seems a little foreign and a little like you go, really, do I really need this? And I just want to again say to people, I remember the first day that I was told, oh, go get this box of cards. And I remember thinking, oh, how much could that possibly be? And having a little bit of chest pain when I saw how much it was. But when I think back now to that period of time when my son was working through that box of cards, it was one of the most exciting things I have ever seen in my entire life. To see my child acquire all that language was amazing. It's the miracle. Our topic for today is the miracle of learning, and so many of us are looking for that miracle of language, and I'm telling you, it's in that box. So don't shy away, and you have a discount now, which is really fabulous. But again, you got to tool around on the website to see all the different things. But there's one more thing in particular that I want to mention, which is that you have a gift card.
Oh, yes.
And how powerful a gift. We're coming into a holiday season, and sometimes you're looking for a gift for a teacher or for a therapist, or you have people in your life as a parent or a teacher who are saying, what can we do that would help you? And a gift card to Stages Learning is a powerful, powerful thing to put in someone's hands. Don't you agree?
I really do, and that's why we did it. A lot of the families would. It's a great thing to get for your teacher, or to get for somebody that that has a child affected by autism. One of the big reasons we did it is we were getting grandparents and family members who said, I really want to get something for my grandchild, but I don't know what he needs because his needs are so specific. And so we created the gift card for that, so that at holidays, when somebody wanted to help out and give your child something but didn't know what to do, that was a way to help you make that happen for them.
Yeah, I that jumped right out at me. I was like, oh my gosh, because everybody's always looking for, you want to get something meaningful for somebody, and not to say anything against all the coffee places and all the coffee cards, right? But you can only drink so much coffee, and then and you get somebody a coffee card and they get 1 cup of coffee, and then we're shredding the plastic and it's over. Whereas this is the kind of thing that if you get a therapist or a teacher, a gift card, it's going to help them. It puts a tool in their hand. It's money that they don't have to spend, because teachers and therapists spend money out of their own pocket to do things. And think of all the kiddos that you will help over the years because they've got that tool. So powerful, powerful thing. So again, stageslearning.com is where people can go to shop and to buy gift cards and to buy those noun cards. But and again, the noun cards are just there. That's the starter pack, but you have so many other sets of cards as people are progressing. It's something you really got to tootle around and look. If you're not sure, tootle around the site with one of your therapists and say, hey, what do you see coming that my child's going to need down the road? Because holiday time, no matter what holiday you're celebrating, you're going to want to get some things for your kiddos. Great time to check in with your therapist. And what is the code again for the discount?
It's CARD 20, CARD 20.
Okay, and how long is that good for?
I believe it's good for through the end of the month, through the end of November.
Okay, great. So definitely people want to take advantage of that. Now, do you participate in the Black Friday madness?
We are going to. We haven't put together all of our exact plans for that, but there definitely will be some significant discounts on Black Friday.
Okay, so people should tune in for that. Angela, we thank you so much for doing this, because this was something that needed to be done. It streamlines people's processes that, instead of, I used to have to stand in line at the 1-hour kiosk at Walmart to get pictures done to go for therapy. I so wish that you had been doing this back in those days, but we appreciate that you're there for families now. We encourage them to check out stageslearning.com. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.